I am Dr. Margaret Fitzpatrick, President of St. Thomas Aquinas College. This virtual commencement marks a unique time in our global history. A pandemic has swept the globe with devastating impact on lives, the economy, and on our very way of life. It makes us take time to reflect and act upon our values. It is a time to remember what is important and what can be reimagined. Commencement is a time of new beginnings. Today, the college community celebrates you, our graduates, and to say how proud we are of you. While the usual rituals must be set aside, this virtual commencement is a testimony to you and your accomplishments. And so, let us begin our commencement with a prayer. Let us unite our hearts in prayer and entrust to the hands of God our graduates today. We thank you, our God, creator of the universe, for granting us life. We thank you for our graduates and for their families that sustain them on this collegiate journey. We thank you for our faculty who have educated us, for the administrators and staff who supported us, for the friendships developed over these years, and for the grace that will sustain us in the future. For all of this and more, we thank you, our God. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It is now my pleasure to present to you a man who gives significant service and leadership to the college, and who serves as the chair of our Board of Trustees. I introduce now Mr. Peter Skay.
Dear graduates, it is my honor as the chair of the Board of Trustees to tell you how proud each member of the board is with your accomplishments. While it is heartbreaking that we could not celebrate with you in person, we do celebrate you. It is in times of crisis that we understand that which is important. You are the most important people to us right now, and we ask you to rise up to the challenges that lay ahead of you. Keep your eye and your energy on your life dreams. Continue to rely on God and to love your neighbor. May we meet on this journey as you fulfill your dreams. Congratulations.
I now have the honor to present to you Dr. Arthur Brooks, who will deliver our commencement address.
President Fitzpatrick, members of the Board of Trustees, parents, friends, and members of the St. Thomas Aquinas College class of 2020. Congratulations, and thank you for the honor of addressing you. Now, this is the first commencement I've ever done from my house in Boston, but these are extraordinary times. The fact that I'm not with you in person has no bearing at all on how honored I feel to be your commencement speaker and how happy I am for you today. I was thinking about the right theme for this talk, given the, unusual circumstances, and at first I thought it might be fear. After all, that's what so many people here in the United States are feeling, and what so many of you are probably feeling as well. Fear about health, fear about your jobs, fear about your futures. But then I reflected on this question. What would St. Thomas Aquinas, the patron of this college, say about fear? What would he recommend that I talk about today and that all of us focus on? I think St. Thomas would tell us to read the Bible, the first letter of St. John, 4th chapter, 18th verse. Quote, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love." Unquote. What's he saying? Love is the opposite of fear, and that's our focus today. It should be love, not fear. What's the opportunity that you have today? What can each of you as graduates do as you go out into a world gripped by fear? The answer is to focus on fear's opposite and love more. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to tell you what I think you can do specifically to put this advice into action. So let's start with the question, what's love? Is it an emotion, a feeling? St. Thomas said no. St. Thomas said to love is to will the good of another. Love is an act of will, of character, of determination. It's not mushy. Love is what strong people bring and what great leaders show when there's fear all around. So how are you going to do that in the coming days and weeks, and then throughout your career and life? Here are a few suggestions. Let's start easy. During this virus epidemic, and as you watch this video, you're probably hunkered down with somebody who loves you and is really proud of you for your accomplishment. If you aren't, you're probably just a phone call away or a FaceTime call away from people who love you and are proud of you. So here's a question. Are you expressing your love for those people clearly? Are you saying out loud, "I love you"? Do that today. Now that's a pretty easy one, so let's try something a little harder, something that Jesus Christ himself told us to do in the Gospel of St. Matthew. Quote, "You have heard that it was said, 'Love your neighbor and hate your enemy.' But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven." Unquote. It's kind of easy to love your friends, to will their good. It's a lot harder to love your enemies. You've been taught, I'm sad to say, by people my age, that you must have contempt for people with whom you disagree. That people on the other side, say politically, are worthless and stupid. If you pay attention to television or politics or, God forbid, social media, what do you see today? Recrimination, reproach, insults, sarcasm. Leaders at the highest level of our nation and world bully and berate those with whom they disagree. Families are torn apart over political disagreements. Foes politically treat each other as enemies. Now this explains some incredible statistics. For example, more than 1 in 6 Americans have stopped talking to close friends or family members because of politics since the 2016 election. America is more politically polarized than at any time since the Civil War. You can change this. You can use the current crisis that we're suffering today to fight back against hatred and fear. You can show love to the people with whom you disagree. Do that today. Now let's get deeper. Let's get, scarier and talk about romantic love. Even before this epidemic, many of you had some amount of fear in your lives about relationships, especially romantic relationships. That's normal. Professor Jean Twenge, a social psychologist at San Diego State University, has shown that young people today, however, are much less likely than in past generations to fall in love and form romantic relationships. Why? Because it's frightening. It's a huge risk to make yourself vulnerable. And young people today are simply choosing not to do it. Now, at this crazy moment, it's your chance to take a chance. You just graduated from college and are starting your new life. At the same time, the whole world is upside down because of this virus. Altogether, it means that the social rules are kind of suspended. But that window won't stay open forever. Right now, you get to do some crazy entrepreneurial things, to live your life like a startup. So I ask, is there someone in your life who doesn't know your feelings? Now is your chance to change that. Make your feelings known. Celebrate your graduation by confessing your love. Hey, maybe it doesn't work out. To take this chance, however, will make you stronger, whether it's successful or not. Okay, my time is up on this speech, so I'm going to finish. But here's my challenge to you today, graduates of the St. Thomas Aquinas College class of 2020 and future leaders for our nation and world. My advice has nothing to do with what you should think politically or what policies you should promote. You don't need my opinion for that. My advice has nothing to do with what you should do for a living. Now, my challenge to you is to confess your love for others and to love everyone, especially your enemies. My challenge to you is to make St. Thomas Aquinas smile from heaven. I'm asking you to be warriors and missionaries and secret agents for love, because that's what our world really needs from you today in this difficult time. So my only words left are congratulations, God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you, Arthur, for such an inspiring message. It is now my pleasure to confer upon Dr. Arthur Brooks an honorary degree. Arthur C. Brooks is Professor of the Practice of Public Leadership at the Harvard Kennedy School and an Arthur C. Patterson Faculty Fellow at the Harvard Business School. Before joining the Harvard faculty in July of 2019, he served for 10 years as president of the Washington, D.C.-based American Enterprise Institute, which is one of the world's leading think tanks. Brooks is the author of 11 books, including the national bestseller, Love Your Enemies, that was published in 2019, The Conservative Heart in 2015, and The Road to Freedom, 2012. Dr. Brooks has also published dozens of academic journal articles and the textbook Social Entrepreneurship in 2008. Dr. Brooks is a columnist for the Washington Post, host of the podcast, The Arthur Brooks Show, and subject of the 2019 documentary film, The Pursuit, now available on Netflix. He gives more than 100 speeches per year around the U.S., Europe, and Asia. Previously, Brooks was the Louis A. Bento Professor of Business and Government at Syracuse University, where he taught economics and social entrepreneurship. Prior to this work in academic and public policy, he spent 12 years as a professional French hornist in the United States and Spain. Dr. Brooks holds a PhD and a Master's of Philosophy in Policy Analysis from the Party Rand Graduate School. He also holds an MA in Economics from Florida Atlantic University and a BA in Economics from Thomas Edison State College. We salute Dr. Brooks for his spirituality that infuses his life and work. Therefore, the academic community of St. Thomas Aquinas College, with the authorization of the state of New York, is privileged to bestow honoris causa, the degree of Doctor of Public Service, upon you, Dr. Arthur Brooks. Congratulations. Charles Maikish is known in New York City for his drive, dedication, and hard work. Many of the economic leaders of the city have relied on Maikish for his wisdom and his connections. Mr. Maikish was Managing Director and Chief Operating Officer for Citibank Realty Services. As the Chief Operating Officer, he was responsible for all real estate operations globally, including strategic space planning, decision and construction, financial and business planning, including the site selection and design for the new global headquarters in New York City. Prior to his position at Citibank, Maikish was Managing Director, Global Head of Real Estate for BlackRock. At BlackRock, he oversaw a seamless integration of two large firms, BlackRock and Barclays Global Incorporated. At Citibank and BlackRock, he was entrusted with the task of supervising and managing a global team, ensuring the highest quality workspaces and facilities. Prior to BlackRock, he was Executive Director of the Lower Manhattan Construction Command Center. At this center, he was accountable directly to Governor Pataki and Mayor Bloomberg for coordinating all public and private construction in Lower Manhattan as a result of the 9/11 attack. Maikish oversaw planning construction and the development of numerous projects in Lower Manhattan valued at over $30 billion, including the Fulton Street Transit Center, the World Trade Center site and memorial, the West Street Boulevard and the new Path Transit Center. Previously, Mr. Maikish was Executive Vice President of Global Real Estate Business Services at J.P. Morgan Chase. While there, he had responsibility for managing the firm's worldwide real estate and client services, its physical facilities, strategic space planning, and security services. He was responsible for the physical consolidations due to multiple mergers. No stranger to higher education, Mr. Maikish led facilities management at Columbia University. There, he was responsible for property acquisition, leasing, planning, and operations, and implementing a $650 million 5-year capital program for new construction and infrastructure improvements. Leading up to these careers, Mr. Maikish spent 28 years in various capacities as a lawyer, engineer, and real estate executive with the Port of Authority and New Jersey, including Director of the World Trade Department with overall responsibility for the World Trade Center, including operations, marketing, leasing, capital investment, and redevelopment of this complex. Maikish was the senior executive in charge of the recovery, reconstruction, and repositioning of the World Trade Center after the February 1993 bombing. Mr. Maikish holds a J.D. degree from New York Law School and a B.S. from St. Joseph's College and Seminary, and studied engineering at Manhattan College and completed the AMP program at Harvard Graduate Business School. Maikish served on numerous boards in both the real estate and civic community, including the Regional Planning Association and the Liberty Science Center, and in the recent past, several business improvement districts and cultural councils. He is the recipient of numerous awards from various civic groups and institutions. Mr. Maikish has served as a valued member of the St. Thomas Aquinas College Board of Trustees since 2009. Therefore, the academic community of St. Thomas Aquinas College, with the authorization of the State of New York, is privileged to bestow honoris causa, the degree of Doctor of Commercial Science, upon you, Dr. Charles Maikish. Congratulations.
I'm indeed honored and privileged to have this doctoral degree in commercial science bestowed upon me by St. Thomas Aquinas College. Thank you, Dr. Fitzpatrick. Let me take a moment to share with you what I believe is the fundamental reason why I was able to craft a successful career. It is simple and easy to follow. Every 5 to 7 years, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself either within your chosen profession or through a change in careers. Build upon your experience and fear not venturing into new endeavors that will challenge you and will use your past educational base, talent, and professional experience. Couple that with additional learning at the higher education level and deploy the skills that you have developed. Life employment with a single firm, whether within your chosen occupation or a different occupation, is no longer the norm. Millenniums will work for an average of 7 different firms during their professional career. Let me detail for you as a model my own personal journey and how, in fact, the principle served me well. After having left the seminary where I developed a skill for philosophical and theoretical thought, I went in the opposite direction and continued my education in engineering. My first job was that of field engineer on the original construction of the World Trade Center. I learned teamwork and developed some rudimentary management skills in project management. I progressed through law school where I learned structured and analytical thinking and combined all these skills as a trial lawyer. Trial law taught me public speaking, the ability to craft convincing arguments, and to negotiate agreements and become skillful in the written word. Taking all these acquired skills, I then furthered my education in the commercial business world by attending the Harvard Graduate School of Business. I was fortunate to have an employer who would underwrite this additional training and also provide the opportunity to have various careers in the same organization. This was the Port Authority. They asked me to deploy all these skills, project management, negotiation, and legal skills in implementing the return of the commuter ferry service across the Hudson River, and at the same time shedding the operating risk by privatizing it with the private operator, which I successfully did, the creation of New York Waterways. Having managed the team and a project, the Port Authority asked me to head up the management of its real estate operations, including the World Trade Center. I led the recovery of the World Trade Center through the '93 bombing, and in doing so, I developed crisis management skills, public media skills, and political skills. I was now well equipped to enter the private sector. After a short stint at Columbia University as its vice president, I entered senior management roles in the financial sector. At Chase, which later became JP Morgan Chase, I rose through the ranks of executive vice president, responsible for all the corporate real estate and corporate services. In 2005, Governor Pataki and Mayor Mike Bloomberg recruited me to head up the reconstruction of Lower Manhattan, which I did for 2 years, eventually returning to the private sector as a managing director and chief operating officer for Citibank's real estate, position from which I retired. As you can see, I transitioned from philosopher to engineer to lawyer to senior corporate executive, making a move every 5 to 7 years by taking on new challenges. STAC gives you the solid platform to launch your own amazing professional flight. Use it well. God bless and keep you safe during these challenging times.
The Board of Trustees awards on special occasions the Trustees Award for Excellence. This award is to recognize a faculty member whose work goes far beyond expected norms. I asked Dean Gajria to award the Trustees Award for Excellence to Dr. Suzanne Reynolds, Assistant Dean for the School of Education and Professor of Mathematics Education.
Thank you, President Fitzpatrick. Dr. Suzanne Reynolds is an exemplary educator, passionate about the content areas of mathematics and science. Her focus has been not only to develop math educators, but also to instill in our teacher candidates love for numbers and an intellectual curiosity to explore and understand the world. Her hope and vision was that our teachers, in turn, would share their love for math and science and excite a generation of young students to question, think, examine, develop a love for science, and consider careers in the STEM field. To her credit, Dr. Reynolds made this happen on our college campus. She collaborated with the faculty in the School of Arts and Sciences to design a week-long summer camp that brought middle school students to campus to be forensic scientists. Math and science content was masterfully integrated into hands-on activities for the students. Our teacher candidates and students with a major in forensic science or biology served as interns and guided the students in their new discoveries and helped develop their critical thinking skills. The first forensic science camp in 2012 was a great success and laid the foundation for STEM summer camps every year on our campus. In the last 8 years, as a direct result of Dr. Reynolds' dedication, commitment, and initiative, the summer STEM camps have seen enormous growth. Dr. Reynolds has worked tirelessly to expand camp offerings, and last summer, the college held 5 camps: Mathematics of Games, Mathematics and Art, Adventures in Developing Apps, Forensic Science, and Emerging Technologies, Robots, Drones, and Virtual Reality. Over the years, Dr. Reynolds has been successful in obtaining grant funds to support the summer camps, a tremendous accomplishment. Through her vision, collaboration, leadership, commitment to develop math and science educators and grow the next generation of scientists, Dr. Reynolds has enhanced the reputation of both our academic programs and the college. For all this and more, Dr. Suzanne Reynolds is most deserving of the Trustees Award for Excellence. Congratulations, Suzanne.
Now I invite Dr. Murray to come to present the candidates for degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Fitzpatrick. Congratulations, Dr. Brooks and Dr. Maikish. And thank you, Dr. Brooks, for your thoughtful remarks. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bob Murray, and I am the provost of St. Thomas Aquinas College. Dr. Fitzpatrick, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the members of the class of 2020, and I recommend that you confer upon them the degrees to which their courses of study entitle them, contingent upon the successful completion of all requirements of those degrees.
By the authority vested in me as president by the Board of Trustees of St. Thomas Aquinas College, and in accordance with the regulations of the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York, I confer upon you the degree to which your successful completion of the prescribed course of study entitles you, and I bestow upon you all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Congratulations to you, our students. I now ask Dr. Murray to initiate the awarding of diplomas.
Congratulations, graduates of the class of 2020. I now invite Dr. Heath Bowen, the Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, to present the recipients of degrees from the School of Arts and Sciences.
Thank you, Dr. Murray. It is my pleasure to present the degrees of Associate in Arts, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science to the following recipients. Sean Andrew Russo. Reba Leah Abramson, cum laude. Ruth Elizabeth Adams. Emily Victoria Almenas. Anastasia Andriopoulos, summa cum laude. Carly Nicole Bonandona, summa cum laude. Sekou Cisse. Linda Angelique Contreras. Brandon Cook. Danielle D. Madagno. Elena Nungaris. Brian Gaetano Donnelly. Alexa D. Paris. Danielle Elizabeth Ferguson. Ariana Marie Fitt. Matthew Edward Garrity. Raina Rebecca Goldberg. James Hannigan. Jack Hanlon. Caitlin Elizabeth Harris. Emily Margaret Hazelton. Harley Hannigan. Laura Jane Urbaiz. Evan Kimberly Holt. Aaron Cardos, summa cum laude. Maria Rose Keegan, summa cum laude. Sarah Christine Kinsey. Amanda Anna Kithriotis, cum laude. Austin James Lave. Maya LaFleur. Stephanie Nicole Lanero. Brittany Lepore. Daniel Lopez. Samantha Nicole Marrero. Brandy Alexis Maruli. Patrick C. McAvoy. Charles Thomas Montalbano. Ethan Nicholas Morel. Melissa Mounier, magna cum laude. Erica Lynn Murphy. Courtney Marie Olson, summa cum laude. Sammy Julian Osborne. Doris A. Jose, cum laude. Elvira Vasquez. Catherine Acevedo Vasquez. Nicholas Albert Alvarez. East N. Esagna. Samuel Auguste. Angelo Nathaniel Baez. Devin Michael Beckman, magna cum laude. Mark Christian Benitez. Josh Kamal Bagat. Megan Kathleen Burke. Sky Rose Viras. Ariel Kristen Cangialosi. Rachel Justine Carrapetti. Thomas Edward Carty, cum laude. Christopher William Click. Juliet Renee Craig, summa cum laude. Eliza Cure Dean, summa cum laude. Marlee D. Francesco. Brandy Delancey. Cynthia Ann Dent. Timothy Edward Deonier. Anthony Deschamps Gomez Jr. Alyssa J. DeSimone. Lauren Ashley DeSimone, summa cum laude. Lagduni G. Desarosiers. Victoria D. Marco. Isabella Rose Diaz, summa cum laude. Michael F. Diaz. Adriana Bilal, summa laude. Anne Earthman. Gianni Christopher Esposito. Lauren Ann Valeri. Nicole Marie Valeri. Gianna Caterina Fasano. Travis Fay. Kara Jean Fears, summa cum laude. Emily Ferretti. Nicola S. Bilzame. Julia Boto. Michael W. Frank. Jonathan Stephen Garces. Tabitha Garcia. Chrisanne C. George. Michael Gerais. Bianca Ellie Gibbs. Samuel Patrick Gill. Christy Gonzalez, cum laude. Matthew Alexander Greco, magna cum laude. Luis Marcolone Griffith. Ryan D. Guild. Caitlin Denise Gutenberger. Penny Francois Hector. Andrew C. Higgins. Ashley Hines. Samuel R. Hornberger. Eric Todd Hubble. Nicola Elizabeth Holtz. Nicholas Edward Young. Edward Thomas Kelly. Melanie Marie Kendall. Tyler Joseph Krummick, cum laude. Joaquim Breeze Kukaj. Bianca Marie Antonio LaFontant. Ashley Landolina. Sarah Patricia Lawler Urso. Alexa Lewis. Danielle Nicole Lieberman. Gabrielle Alexandria Lopez. Kelly Lorville. Nicole Alexandria Lucas. Evan Lukeman. Brooke Noel Lynch. Gabriella Christine McKay. Rebecca McLeod, summa cum laude. Anne Teresa Mancuso. Amy Marie Morrow, magna cum laude. Catherine Michelle Mersado. Danielle Amanda Montagna. Janique Miriam Montinat, summa cum laude. Brian Moore. Andre Juan Morse. Nigel Corey Nafelt, magna cum laude. Viet Wen Hong, cum laude. Scarlett Nova Rios. Tiana Marie Nunez. Stephen Odom Jr. Autumn O'Leary. Francesco Oliveri. Christopher J. Ott, Jr. Paul Francis Owens, summa cum laude. Ina Elena Palagudis, summa cum laude. John R. Paul, magna cum laude. Brian Penn. Emerald Quinn Perez, Heather Lee Petrillo, Mitch Philliston, Brandon Mark Policetti, Lucia Christina Ponce, Ali Saeed Damigagan Rashid, summa cum laude, Albert L. Riddle, Jr., summa cum laude, Emilio Rosario, cum laude, Sarah Madison Rotundo, Elijah Anthony Rowe, Hayden Joseph Russell, magna cum laude, Tyler Jonathan Sareva, Sarah Sayeg, Ashley Rose Schmidt, magna cum laude, Elisa Marie Schrey, summa cum laude, Xavier M. Shupal, Julia Amber Sibley, magna cum laude, Thomas Solimando, Stavros Strati, Brooke Streeter, John Patrick Sullivan, Taylor Nicole Sullivan, Natalia Dorata Sweetie, magna cum laude, Zandra Mercedes Thompson, Brianna Thorne, John Michael Tobin, Ada Torpy, Vincent Joseph Tripodi, Cameron Wade Turner, Victoria Lee Walker, Robert Thomas Wanamaker, Cindy Gold Weber, Brittany Chanel Weller, Kiana E. White, Brianna Williams, Valerie Julia Winowski, magna cum laude, Christine Winter, J.U. Congratulations, graduates. It is now my pleasure and distinct honor to present degrees for the Masters in Public Administration, Criminal Justice. The following recipients are the first to graduate from STAC with this degree: Natalie Albero with distinction, Genevieve R. Alexis with distinction, Scott Randolph Fuller, Yola Halpert with distinction, Donald William Hazelton, Amber Star Lubaska, Brandon M. Penz. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Bowen. I now ask Professor Michael Murphy, Dean of the School of Business, to present the recipients of degrees from the School of Business.
Thank you, Dr. Murray. It is my pleasure to recognize and announce the recipients of the Bachelor of Science degrees with majors in accounting, business administration, finance, hospitality management, marketing, or sport management, and offer them our congratulations. Alicia Alvarez, Gianna Marie Avalone, cum laude, Devin J. Ayala, Alana C. Barnes, magna cum laude, Desiree Inez Bermudez, Brian Tyler Barusa, Jonathan Alexander Campagna, Danny Campilia, Stephen Raphael Collado, Carrie Ann Conlon, Natalie Cordova, Rafael Keyshawn Cruz Jr., Jeffrey Dominguez, Gregory Donahue, Jordan Encarnacion, Christopher Franklin Estevez, Timothy Ferranda, Nicholas Fiore, Quincy Greenwright, Anje Hazovich Lukak, Taylor Hickey, Andrea Denise Ingram, cum laude. Shannon Mary Loeffler. Katerina Ashley Lopez. Dana Luciana. Anthony Charles Maisano. Chanel Mannon. Erica Ann McGivergan. Jonathan Taylor Meany, summa cum laude. Luis Morales. Ryan Amdi Mustafkowski. John Paulo Palomares. Tristan Alexander Pavur. Gary Michael Peters, cum laude. Andrew Rafferty. Sydney I. Reeves. Yosmary Reyes. Anna Ristova. Jose Felipe Robles. Zachary Thomas Reznicki, magna cum laude. Melissa M. Sadler. Stefan Karim Said. Matthew F. Sclafani, magna cum laude. Tyler John Senator. Shemislaw Saliga. Hiwa B. Tadesse, cum laude. Luke William Taplin, magna cum laude. Christian Mijiridik Tamerku. Shannon Thompson. Jason Peter Unawe. Melissa Eva Les. Brian Vega. Lachlan Wilkinson. Congratulations, graduates. It is my pleasure to recognize and announce the recipients of Master of Business Administration degrees and offer them our congratulations. Tony Ann Bukowski, with distinction. Kristen Rose Burns, with distinction. Patrick J. Clark. Alejandro Coy Orozco. Fiona Marie Egan. William Douglas Angle. Mark William Feller. Andrew Farragut Luch, with distinction. Megan Fitzgerald. Gina Fanaro, with distinction. Brianna Nicole Hector. Carolyn Webb Hercuth. Janice A. Julian. Ninyeri A. Kanafu. Bria Nicole Manning. Nicholas Nino Manocchio. James C. Navoychek, with distinction. John Luis Palermo. Jimmy Philippe. Michael M. Rojas, with distinction. Oriana Jacqueline Santiago, with distinction. Dindial Satan. Peter Joseph Spear, with distinction. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Professor Murphy. I now ask Dr. Meenakshi Gajria, Dean of the School of Education, to present the recipients of the degrees from the School of Education.
Thank you, Dr. Murray. It's my pleasure to recognize and announce the recipients of Bachelor of Science degrees in Education and Educational Studies and the recipients of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degrees for teacher certification and offer them our congratulations. Kelsey Grace Ardizon. Kelly Ann Averill, summa cum laude. Brittany Lee Baker. Sophia Rose Vestido, magna cum laude. Caitlin Ann Bateman. Shannon M. Berrigan, magna cum laude. Jessica Nicole Castrol. Shannon Curran. Iris Nancy D'Amico. Kiera Mary Donahue, magna cum laude. Gabrielle Marie Gonzalez. Samantha Nicole Griggs. Angela Ray Harrington. Brianna Nicole Keaveney. Deanna Eva Kulakowski. Maria Nicole McGuire. Melissa Ann Mancuso. Sierra Rain Mameo Vargas. Lindsay Beth Miller, cum laude. Lauren Elise Morano. Jacqueline Marie Morris, summa cum laude. Ashley Anissa O'Doherty. Brittany Marie Hoffman. Molly Elizabeth O'Leary. Lauren Nicole Orta. Mary Kate Paulus. Lizette Jasmine Rodriguez. Samantha Rosenblatt, cum laude. David Conrad Rugg. Samantha Rose Sabini. Carolyn Salazar. Carolyn Sparta. Frances Tash. Monica Tran. Rebecca Trom Steinberg. Kimberly Travazano. Catherine Omana. Jessica Rose Vento, summa cum laude. Gabrielle Susan Voorhees. Allison Rose Bargo, summa cum laude. Patrick Ryan Woznicki. Andrea Catalina Zapata. Congratulations to all the graduates. It is my pleasure to recognize and announce the recipients of the Masters of Science in Education degree and offer them our congratulations. Erin C. Andrews. Christina Ann Aramanda. Alexandra Elizabeth Fisher. Katrina Ellen Furlong, with distinction. Allison Ann Kern, with distinction. Sarah Jean Lacker. Christina G. Matheson. Molly Emma O'Riordan. Timothy James Tucci. Samantha Wolf, with distinction. Kerry Ann Young. Now it's my pleasure to recognize and announce the recipient of the Postmaster's Professional Certificate Program. Dania Lee Gallagher. Congratulations to all the graduates. It is my pleasure to recognize and announce the recipients of the Masters of Science in Teaching degree and offer them our congratulations. Sarah P. Beck, with distinction. Allison Guerra Brown. Russell P. Brown. Jacqueline Ann Chismadia, with distinction. Ashley Elizabeth Courtier. Lauren Michelle D'Amico, with distinction. Philip John Dimitrops, with distinction. Eric M. Feldy. Alexis Ann Finn, with distinction. Claudette P. Joffrey, with distinction. Lana E. Green, with distinction. Lindsay M. Jokum, with distinction. Brianna Jasmine Jones. Allison P. Kohat, with distinction. Katie Marie Kopak, with distinction. Carrie Ann Malley, with distinction. Kristen Mary McLaughlin, with distinction. Elizabeth Auchincloss O'Neill. Megan Ann Otashan. Megan Catherine Riley, with distinction. Mariah Roman, with distinction. Rebecca Hannah Ross. Andrew Ryan Sanchez, with distinction. Delia Shanky, with distinction. Congratulations to all the graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Gajria, and congratulations to all our graduates.
We are so proud of you, our graduates. I officially welcome you to the St. Thomas Aquinas College Alumni, which numbers today close to 15,000 graduates. I encourage you to stay close to the college and assist us in building on excellence for the students who will walk in your footsteps.
We now turn our attention from the students to members of our faculty who have dedicated their careers to education. I now ask Dr. Heath Bowen to present Professor Emeritus status to two retiring faculty members, Dr. Charles O'Neill and Dr. Marie Postner.
It is hard to imagine having more of an impact on a college's academic programming than Charles O'Neill has had at St. Thomas Aquinas College. Shortly after being hired in 1990, Charles revised our English major, and in doing so, basically created the program that still exists today. He shaped the institution through his work on search committees, curriculum committees, and many other committees. He introduced 2 generations of students to the pleasures of reading literature. Moreover, the number of high school English teachers in this area who have passed through his classes is substantial. Charles's passion for literature was infectious, particularly in the classroom. As one student acknowledged, "I looked forward to going to class every day." Another student celebrated, quote, "O'Neill allowed me to open new doors to things I've never learned before." Additionally, Charles has been a terrific colleague for all members of the faculty and staff at the college. And his talents have stretched beyond the college as well. Charles has presented at numerous academic conferences and has had work published in scholarly journals. He has wrote plays that have been produced in New York and wrote songs that have been recorded in Nashville. Most recently, Charles has taken on the role of selecting and presenting the Environmental Writing Award in honor of Rachel Carson, one of his literary passions. The college, and particularly the English department, are sad to see him retire. All of us, but especially his English colleagues, love talking to Charles about poetry and literature and have been inspired by his passion for getting students to understand and appreciate the material. We are in his debt in many ways, and we'll continue to carry on his legacy every time we walk into a classroom. Charles's standard of excellence and selfless nature in and out of the classroom remains a goal for us all. Therefore, with the approval of the faculty, the provost, the president, and the board of trustees, it is our privilege to bestow on Dr. Charles O'Neill the title of Professor Emeritus of English. Congratulations, Charles. Dr. Marie Postner's dedication and service to St. Thomas Aquinas College, covering a span of 40 years, was substantial. From the moment she was first hired until her retirement from the college in December 2019, Dr. Postner served the college in exemplary ways. She received tenure in 1987 and was appointed to the rank of full professor in 1994. Dr. Postner's contributions to the first 50 years of the college's development were recognized when she was awarded the prestigious Aquinas Medal. During her time at the college, Dr. Postner amassed an exemplary committee resume, indeed too many to list here. But some of her more notable engagements and involvements include her service as chair of the Task Force on Evaluations, where she helped develop and get approved a new evaluation process for promotion and tenure, and as chair to the Faculty Advisory Committee, a position she held at least 3 different times. More recently, she played a crucial role as a member of the task force that led to the development of a faculty senate. She further left her mark on the college by chairing and serving on search committees to hire new faculty members and as the advisor to Kappa Mu Epsilon, the Mathematics Honor Society. Outside of the college, Dr. Postner notably served on the advisory board for the Marie Curie Mathematics and Science Center. Importantly, as chair of the Division of Natural Science and Mathematics, a position she held for 8 years, Dr. Postner was involved in presenting the need for new science labs, which led to the construction of the Costello Science Building. Of the approximately 5,000 students that she taught during her 40 years at the college, Dr. Postner spent a tremendous number of hours individually tutoring hundreds of students. She also worked tirelessly to improve the math curriculum and ensure a connection between the mathematics program and the teacher education requirements. The attention that she devoted to her students over the span of 40 years is the clearest possible evidence of a faculty member who has devoted her life toward fulfilling the mission of the college. Therefore, with the approval of the faculty, the provost, the President, and the Board of Trustees, it is our privilege to bestow on Dr. Marie Posner the title of Professor Emerita of Mathematics and Computer Science. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Bowen, and congratulations, Dr. O'Neill and Dr. Posner.
At this time, I ask Dr. Ryan Wynn, the Director of the Honors Program, to present the Honors Program recipients.
Thank you, Dr. Fitzpatrick. It is my pleasure to recognize the following students for completing the Honors Program curriculum here at St. Thomas Aquinas College. For those students who completed a research project, the title of their research will be read immediately following their name. Kelly Ann Averill, Devin Michael Beckman, Eliza Curry Dean, The Power of Femininity in Magical Girl Anime, Isabella Rose Diaz, Relationship between capacity utilization and inflation becomes more evident, Matthew Alexander Greco, Maria Rose Keegan, Rebecca McLeod, Melissa Munier, The Power of Femininity in Magical Girl Anime, Paul Francis Owens, Experimental Dynamics, The Falling Chain Problem, and Actuator Disk Theory, Gary Michael Peters, Zachary Thomas Erznicki, Ashley Rose Schmidt, Natalia Dorota Svensky, The Effects of Vitamin A on Tumor Formation in Plants, Hiwat B. Tadasi, The Impact of Water on Economic Growth, Valerie Julia Winowski, The Impact of Water on Economic Growth. Congratulations, Honors Program Class of 2020.
I now ask the Dean of Academic Services, Mr. Vincent Crapanzano, to present our Aquinas leaders.
The Aquinas Leaders Program was started at St. Thomas Aquinas College in 2014. The program is designed to provide students in all majors with a focused opportunity to gain over 200 hours of practical experience in their chosen field of study. We provide opportunities on campus for science, research, marketing, social media, graphic design, and a variety of positions relating to many of our majors. Most students design their own experiences off campus in an appropriate setting based on their long-term goals. Alana Barnes, for example, a sport management major, followed her passion and began volunteering at Horseability in Old Westbury, New York, where she works in the barn monitoring horse health care, maintains the equipment, and she trains new interns. Alana plans on continuing her education in equine rehabilitation. Tyler Sareva plans to become a physician's assistant with an advanced degree. He has worked at a local pediatric office and shadowed pediatricians during his undergraduate studies, all the while juggling academics and athletics as a member of the men's Spartan soccer team. Amanda Kithriotis has self-published her art in a coloring book and will be interning this fall to complete her dual degree in art therapy and therapeutic recreation. We've had students stay local in their experiential learning, and we've had students intern in the British Parliament, sail on a schooner in search of a whale shark in Honduras, work in research labs in Colorado and South Carolina, intern with the FBI, work with nonprofits or work with children in educational settings, or start their own successful businesses while still an undergraduate student. All of our students have similar but varied success stories. The following Aquinas leaders graduate today and have earned our collective congratulations. Alana Barnes, Thomas Edward Carty, Kerry Ann Conlon, Brandon Cook, Juliet Renee Craig, Nicole Marie Folleri, Nicholas Fior, Julia Foto, Samuel Patrick Gill, Eric Todd Hubble, Michaela Elizabeth Hulse, Shelkin Fariz Kuka, Amanda Anna Kithriotis, Gabriella Christine McKay, Anthony Charles Maisano, Janique Miriam Montana, Rayanne Amdi Mustafaski, Dina Elena Polugadis, Emerald Quinn Perez, Brandon Mark Polichetti, Tyler Jonathan Sareva, Robert Thomas Wanamaker. Congratulations, Aquinas leaders. Go out and be the change you'd like to see in the world.
And now for our Commencement 2020 student speaker. You will hear comments from Maria Keegan, our Student Government President.
Good afternoon. My name is Maria Keegan, and I was president of the Student Government Association from the spring of 2017 to the fall of 2019. I am honored to get the chance to speak and be a part of this special occasion. I know today is not what any of us had envisioned, but I hope that we can look beyond these circumstances and feel a sense of pride and accomplishment in knowing that all of our hard work and energy has paid off. Today is a day of celebration, a day that marks your academic achievements and symbolizes the start of a new chapter. College graduation is a significant milestone, and as your STAC journey comes to an end, I wish you good luck in your future endeavors and success as you enter your next great milestone. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
It is now my pleasure to ask Dr. Kirk Manning to present the 2020 Service Awards to our remarkable graduates.
Good afternoon, and congratulations to all of our graduates. The Gold and Silver Key Awards are St. Thomas Aquinas College's way of honoring outstanding student leaders, now graduating, who so strongly have demonstrated the ability and desire to lead others in the accomplishment of common goals, and who, throughout their time at the college, have demonstrated outstanding attributes of personal character. The recipients of the Gold Key Award are Maria Rose Keegan, Doris A. Osei, Elisa Marie Schrey, Julia Amber Sibley. The recipients of the Silver Key Award are Desiree Inez Bermudez, Megan Catherine Burke, Brittany Lepore, Gary Michael Peters, and Brianna Williams. Congratulations to all of our award recipients.
I now invite Dr. Fitzpatrick to return to recognize our students who have completed special programs of study.
It is now my pleasure to present the 2020 Special Student Awards. The Terrace Cardinal Cook Award is presented annually to a student who has demonstrated outstanding and meritorious service. The recipient of the Terrence Cardinal Cook Award is Tiana Nunez. Tiana's student leadership and community engagement at STAC has been both broad and deep, including serving as the student representative to the Board of Trustees, Student Government Committee, the student coordinator of New Student Orientation, a resident assistant, a triathlete, and member and officer of multiple groups, including the Spartan Ambassadors, STAC Appello, Campus Ministry, Future Leaders in Healthcare, and the Criminal Justice Club, just to name a few. Throughout her time at STAC, Tiana has been a model of service to our community and beyond. I am so pleased to award the Terrence Cardinal Cook Award to Tiana Nunez. The Francis Cardinal Spellman Award is awarded annually for the highest academic excellence in the undergraduate program. Today we recognize 3 students for their extraordinary work. Eliza Dean, double major in English and Psychology, Honors Program, currently enrolled as a student in the MSW program, summa cum laude. Maria Keegan, Art Therapy and Psychology, Honors Program, summa cum laude. Lauren DeSimian, Therapeutic Recreation major, came to us as a transfer student, summa cum laude. Congratulations to 3 outstanding scholars. I hope that you are taking a bow at home. Know of our applause. This year, the Sister Regina Rosaire Dolan Award for Academic Excellence is awarded to Allison Curd. Allison is a graduate of our MSED Literacy program. Allison is a third grade teacher at Highview Elementary School in Nanuet. The knowledge and skills that she has gained at STAC has enabled her to create a balanced literacy environment in a classroom that fosters the love of reading and writing in her students. Therefore, it is my pleasure to award Allison the Sister Regina Rosaire Dolan Award. Congratulations. And now let us bow in prayer. May God give you the grace to make wise decisions. May you use your talents to the fullest. May you be faithful to your commitments and confident in the support of those who love you. May God bless you as you make a positive difference in our world. May you enlighten minds and hearts through truth. And may the Spirit of God be always with you. Amen. Go forth with your Spartan spirit. Make this world a better place. Know that you are forever a part of the St. Thomas Aquinas College community.
When I go down to the water to pray, studying about that good old way, and who will wear the starry crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sister, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down to the water to
down to the water.
When I go down to the water to pray, studying about that good old way, and who will wear the starry crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, children, let's go down, down, down. Oh, children, let's go down to the water to pray.
When I go down to the water to pray, studying about that good old way. Oh, mothers, come, show me the way. Oh, fathers, let's go down, come on down. Mothers, let's go down to the water to pray. When I go down to the water to pray, studying about that good old way, and who will wear the starry crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sinners, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sinners, let's go down to the water to pray.